Good morning, everyone. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow data enthusiasts, friends, colleagues, because now you're friends. We've been here like 3 days sharing this very nice moment. So I want to ask you, how was last night? I don't know, why are you laughing? Come on, how was last night? Really good? I saw you dancing there. Very good dancers. You could see candombe. No, you like it? Yes? Okay. So first of all, I wanted to thank you all for being so nice, so kind. I'm going to ask a round of applause for all you who came like for 40, 30, 50, 72 hours to get here. So really, please, a round of applause for you all, because it's very important for us, your efforts. So thank you, really thank you. So this extraordinary and inspiring event has showcased the limitless potential and bright future of data. Today we gather here to celebrate the remarkable impact this festival has had and look ahead to the exciting opportunities that lie before us. Together, we have explored best practices, gathered valuable insights, and worked towards effectively leveraging data for the betterment of society. So now let's start with this final session, filled with cultural performances, community voices, and special keynotes address. So you've heard someday like, it takes two to tango? Yes? Oh, you're so silent. Come on, we're at the end. We have to celebrate. Have you heard it takes two to tango? Yes. Now I liked it. So it's my pleasure to present a dance group called Zona Tango. Their name simply means tango zone, and it refers to the part of South America where tango is most popular dance. The members of Zona Tango have been promoting artistic expressions through dance for over 20 years, sharing their passion and talent with all the community. Recognized for their quality and originality of their shows, they have become Uruguay's premier tango group. Zona Tango strives to inspire, entertain, and evoke emotions through their performances. They also seek to collaborate with other artistic and provide training and mentorship for talented youth. Through these actions, they hope to inspire future generations and demonstrate the power of art through movement. So let's give a round of applause for Zona Tango.
Buenas tardes, nos vamos despidiendo, así que 1917,
1917, Montevideo, La Giralda, coffee shop. This is the universal tango par excellence from Gerardo Matos Rodríguez, the maestro, the Uruguayan, la comparsita.
Thank you for your art, for your energy. So nice to see you dance, and for all your work in these last 20 years. So you liked it? You enjoyed it? Yes? That's really cool. So have you had seen tango before, or it's your first time? First time? Really? Jenny, I thought you were going to come here and dance a bit of tango, no? No, not this time. Okay. So now as we move forward, it is time for the panel discussions on future opportunities. We have our esteemed guests here today, which are representing the civil society. And today, they will shed light on the challenges of AI and tangible data, the importance of local context and good quality mapping, and the need for inclusive participation. They will also explore the prospective look of the open data community. Let's turn out our attention to this insightful discussion. So I'm going to welcome our distinguished panels on stage. In the first place, I'm going to call Davis Adieno, Senior Director of Programs at the Global Partnership. So let's give him an applause. Also, Rebecca Firth, CEO of Humanitarian OpenStreetMap. And Daniel Carranza, co-founder of Data Uruguay. So, Davis?
We need microphones.
Just check. They are coming.
Good afternoon.
That's it.
That work? Okay. Where I come from in Kenya, you either or you slap the microphone hard to make sure it actually works. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful couple of days. How many of us had fun? How many of us had too much fun? That's the spirit of the Data Festival. I'm here with my distinguished panel. Rebecca Firth is the CEO of Humanitarian OpenStreetMap, and Daniel Carranza. We've had AI is now and is actually the future. That has been a buzzword in practically all the sessions I've attended. And it is really, really amazing. How's the Data Fest been for you, Rebecca?
Data Fest has been amazing. Thank you for asking. You know, I work for an NGO and an open source community of 250,000 mappers around the world who are trying to create open data and maps of vulnerable places. And, you know, sometimes that kind of approach can be somewhat in tension and in contrast to kind of other work that others in the room are doing. And so one thing I've really appreciated about the Data Festival is kind of the space for the game-changing people who are willing to take the risks to come together to talk about those not as, you know, opposing differences and irreconcilable options, but as, you know, potential collaborations and, you know, kind of all of us here trying to think about how we can unify our approaches and, you know, approach these problems with, you know, knowledge of the complexity, awareness of the barriers, but unity in how we move forward with using data to solve problems. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. Thank you so much.
Amazing, and I'm sure there are many other stories. Daniel, how has it been for you this week particularly?
It's been a pretty extraordinary month of November as a whole. Before even the Festival de Datos, we come from Abrelatam and Condatos, which we still have a bunch of survivors over here. Yeah, kudos to you. And it's been an amazing opportunity not only to keep the data agenda and most specifically the open data agenda alive, but also to connect this wonderful community we've had in Latin America, which not only can dance, obviously, but they can also do absolutely amazing things with data, to the community here of the rest of the world. And that's a really valuable opportunity. We really do appreciate you come all the way over here. We hope you enjoyed, but overall, we hope we can keep in contact and we can keep working and share what we do and learn from each other.
Amazing. Now, delving into AI, Rebecca, I've heard you time and time again talk about the human element and the human loop in artificial intelligence. AI is artificial intelligence. I'm sure you know that. So for you, what does that actually mean in practice when you talk about the human element in AI? Because lots of the buzzwords, the tools that we see are mainly technological driven. You rarely hear, it's either the developers and the tools and the products that are coming out. What does this actually mean for you in practice?
Yeah, so the challenge that we're trying to address is how do you connect AI with the people that AI is being applied to? And over the last few years, there have been some very, very, very bad examples of this in the open mapping world. Some of the biggest tech companies in the world with very expensive AI models, but that have been generated in contexts that are not relevant to the rest of the world being applied. And we're an interesting example, I think, because as an open source community, the community holds the power. And we've had these examples of kind of big companies, machine learning buildings we've had it in Tanzania, we've had it in Thailand, Uganda, DRC, Turkey, Nigeria, this data being uploaded, and then the community just reverting it, saying, that's rubbish. Thank you for your AI model that you have applied to me, but you cannot apply that, model for buildings with right angles and paved roads to my reality. And AI in the context where most of us are working is very, very, very complex. It's incredibly difficult to identify, a brown hut on brown land surrounded by trees with no leaves and massive rocks. Like, that is very difficult to do. It's very difficult to tell the difference between a dry riverbed and a road that is not paved. And what we do and how we try to approach this is taking the AI to the community level. So we have humans in the loop twice. The humans, people from the community that you are applying the AI to can train the model. So they do just a little mapping that's then applied just to their region. So you're not trying to say, apply something here to something somewhere else that's totally irrelevant. So the community can train the AI, which will affect them. And then the community can verify it at the end. And hopefully with this approach, you avoid all of these reverts that can happen in a kind of an open source space.
Daniel, you work with communities, and part of the open data movement is pretty much to mobilize that voice. What has been your experience when it comes to, technology? What are the conversations that your community is actually having when it comes to AI? And how do you bridge that local conversation with what's actually happening at the global level?
Well, I think many of the problems that have been worked on during this festival are pretty simply answered with openness. I think I stated to the organizing team, my mission in getting involved with this event was highlighting the open part in open data. And I'm still convinced that most of that is done through connecting with people. Openness means that. It's not about technical terms. It's not about, standards. Openness is being willing to work with people. And I completely agree with everything you said before. And I think the way to do that, both locally and globally, is to have discussions on what we need. Exactly that sort of thing of, your model is great for that, but maybe not great for me. We need to share knowledge, but share knowledge on the deepest of ways, which is also part of the open data, open knowledge, open software movement, so we can apply them in the way we need to change our realities.
Excellent, and we have exactly 25 seconds before we wind up this session. I'm not going to promise some other drinks tonight, because this is part of the closing ceremony, but would like to really thank all of you. It's been amazing, and I'm sure these conversations will proceed beyond this particular room. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of this particular session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Davis. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Daniel. So thank you for sharing your invaluable insights and perspectives of this future of data. Now it's an honor for me to present the next segment, the high-level panel. So please welcome Claire Melamed, CEO of Global Partnership, which is nearly the queen of the stage today. So a big round of applause. And also, please welcome Herbert Paguas, General Director of Presidencia de la República and Executive Director of AGESIC. Bienvenidos. But first, they start having their panel. Let me present you a video of high-level remarks from our Vice President, Beatriz Argimón.
¿Cómo están?
Hello, this is Beatriz Argimón, Vice President of the Republic of Uruguay, and it is with great satisfaction that I was able somehow, through technology, to be here with you, because I cannot do it in person. In my long political life, where I have taken different levels of responsibility, it has been clear for me the importance of the contributions of the National Institute of Statistics because of its because it is solid, because it is very serious in its work, and because of what it means to have reliable data as input for public policies. In current times, of course, having trustworthy data that are technically elaborated has ever more to do with transparency in management, with having an efficacious construction of what you want in order to achieve impact of your policies, and most of all, to work with transparency. A country with a high addition to democracy such as Uruguay could not have a better institution with a trajectory of INE that is precisely based on professionalism, transparency of its methodologies, and its contributions at all levels. So participating today in this Data Fest 2023 in Maldonado is, as a country, a true satisfaction. I hope that you were able, during these days, to exchange information, to share successful experiences that you may have learned from one another and that are of benefit to us all in order to improve each country's work. But most of all, it has to do with strengthening our democracies. Everything related to the transparency of methodologies of data that we use implies a strengthening of our democracies. A country such as ours, as I told you, with a high adherence to democracy, must also think of its quality, and undoubtedly working with data contributed from a national institution that is reliable, that is ruled by serious criteria, and which provides true data to work with, is a pride. So I wish to say hello to you. I repeat, I hope that you had a very good participation in this Data Fest. Thank you for choosing our country. And I think a new road starts after these days, where you will go on strengthening the institutes that are related to statistics. Thank you, and come back. Muchas gracias
for her inspiring words and vision. So now I would like to call once again Claire Melamed to the podium for her closing remarks.
Thank you, Sophia. I don't want this to be over. Can I just skip the closing remarks? It's almost impossible, I think, to sum up this amazing festival in my own words, as I was trying to a little bit earlier, decide what to do today. So I decided, in the spirit of community, that I'm going to steal yours. I've been asking everybody I met for your impressions, and there are two words especially that summed it up for me. The first was Anne Ibrahim from Nigeria. Are you here, Anne? She, so when I asked you for your words, the one that you used was exhilarating. And I agree, it has been the most exciting, energizing. I felt so enthused just by being here, by listening to the conversations, by seeing all of the amazing methods and products that are being demonstrated, and just being with you all. It has been truly exhilarating. And the second word was supplied to me yesterday by Chris Maloney from the Hewlett Foundation. Are you here, Chris? Who, as we were walking back from that fantastic party, I was, of course, not making small talk, but asking him for his impressions. And the word that Chris used was focused. And I think, absolutely, I was so delighted to hear that. Because the talk, the excitement is important. We need that. We need to energize our community. We need to inspire each other. But in the end, we need to get down to business and do things to change the world. And some of the specific actionable things that you're all taking away with you back to your 93 different countries, the solutions to the problems you brought with you, the new ideas that you can put into practice, and of course the relationships that will endure long after the festival is packed up. And by the way, let me tell you that all of the materials that we have used for these backdrops will be recycled. We meet this week at a moment when the power of data is greater than ever before. We've heard a lot about the new technologies that are driving growth and innovation and revolutionizing how governments deliver for people are all technologies that are built with data. So as the power of data is amplified through its use in AI and other technologies, so our responsibility as a community grows to make sure that the data that feeds these systems reflects the world as it is and as we want it to be. And I know that some of you are going to get the chance to see this working in practice on the field trip to the Microsoft AI Lab later. If we build the systems of the future on foundations that are not inclusive, that are not accountable, that don't reflect people's values and priorities, then the world that results will not be one that we want to live in. It's all of our responsibility to make sure that the data which underpins government decisions, digital transformations, and economic opportunities is the best that it can be. And that, as I think has been very clear this week, needs all of us, needs governments, needs civil society, needs the private sector and international partners, and that is why we gathered together in this unique network for the last 3 days. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to share this time with you. I'm very happy to say that in a moment we will be hearing news of some of the next moments that we will all be able to gather together. But in the meantime, I thank you all.
Thank you, Claire. Now it's time to invite Eber Pauas to join the podium.
Hey, I'm getting used to speaking in public lately. You know, I can do this in English, but I prefer to switch to Spanish because I love my language too, and we are in Uruguay, and if you allow me, I will change to Spanish.
I was just saying that I was getting used to speaking in public, and that's good news for our country, from Uruguay, because as it's just been said, well, last week, Uruguay hosted Abre Latin and Abre Datos, and so this has been the month of data you and the others who were here last week and the other week, we've been able to keep Uruguay not only as a hub in digital transformation, but also in the debate about data, AI, because, you know, AI is in fashion and we forget about data, but one thing doesn't exist without the other one. Now, as regards the SDGs, where countries have adopted some global objectives, social protection, data as a way of monitoring the goals play a leading role, and now with an international vision. It's unquestionable how important it is to have value data for decision-making, to assess efficiency of a public policy as a democratic tool, as our Vice President of Uruguay just said, and to contribute to transparency, to innovate in a responsible manner and ensure people's rights. Any agenda and policy of transformation digital must ensure the sustainability of public policy. And you may be wondering, what's AGESIC? What have I got to do with it? It's the e-government agency of Uruguay. And unlike other countries that are present here today, we've divided the roles between the National Statistics Bureau and AGESIC, which is in charge of digital transformation in Uruguay. In fact, we coordinate matters with many parties. We have different pillars, having interoperability, security, we exchange data and information. Privacy, there is a private data law that just celebrated 15 years in force. We also have another law. We are also focused on the inclusion and equity, universal access to the internet. We focus on people and we work on the building capacity. Now, as an example, what happened here during the COVID pandemic, data were used a lot. A lot was coordinated with Diego, with Federico, with all the Stats Bureau and all the executive, legislative, and judiciary power. Uruguay was one of the 12 best countries in managing pandemic thanks to digital transformation, intensive use of data. All this takes into account the guarantees and the rights of people. The world is being moved. It's being moved particularly with regard to the debate about AI regulation. And data forms part of the agenda of all forums all over the world. Next week in Portugal, the next one in Madrid, in Santiago, and so on and so forth. The challenge is to think about strengthening governance and institutionality in our countries and to articulate and supplement efforts and initiatives at national, regional, and international levels. At a time when we're discussing regulations, nothing better than coordinating among ourselves. There's no longer a territorial legislation. When we studied at school, at least those of us who are age 40 or less, where countries could legislate in their own territory. Technology allows us to legislate together. So thank you for participating. Thank you for coming down to Uruguay. And as Victoria said, you had a great time here. So have a good trip back home. Let's meet soon.
Thank you, Ever Baguas. Claire, I hand it to you. Are we missing a microphone? Do you have a microphone? You have it? There? Okay.
Thank you very much, Herbert. We've heard, I think you gave us a really fantastic overview there of some of the initiatives that Uruguay has taken and the importance of data in your national process of digital transformation and how that fits in globally. I think probably what the people in the room are looking for from you as well is I think you whet their appetite probably for a little bit of quite concrete advice. We're here in Uruguay partly because of some of the amazing innovations that you've described, that we've heard about over the last week from Diego, Federico, and others. For countries that are sitting here that think this is fantastic, how do I go home and start to implement some of these things? What are some of the lessons, the concrete, less practical lessons that you can offer from Uruguay's experience to the colleagues from the 93 countries sitting here in the audience?
Gracias. Uruguay.
Thank you. Uruguay and the region is very well positioned. We are third in the Americas in digital and state transformation. This was measured by UNDESA. And I think there are at least 2 vertical axes to work on to obtain sustainable results. The first one is a state policy. Uruguay has been transforming the state digitally for 16 years, much more when looking into statistics data by the National Statistics Bureau, which dates back much longer. But that has been an incredible difference in many matters, and particularly in this one. Technology democratizes. Technology allows people to have not only more access to the state and to the governments, but also higher control of governments and states. The states, well, all of us here have essential duties, at least since 1830. And we can say that we'll agree on them, but there are 2 that are fundamental, although they are at the same level. But the protection of human rights and account rendering. Technology allows us to obtain both things, not only to provide better and more efficient services, but for people to be able to control in an efficient manner the actions of people in government. So these are 2 highlights: good state policy, institutionality, and technology as the driver to comply with the state's duties in a more agile and efficient manner. Entonces, lo que
Perfect recipe for digitalization to me. Thank you very much.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you both. So now we've got to move on. Please, Claire, stay with me on stage. Thank you, Herbert. You can go to your place, because it's time. It's like the moment of announcements, moments that you are being waiting. First of all, the first announcement is the presentation of the World Bank's Data Visualization Prize. So for that, Claire is going to join me here. No? Yes, I'm okay. And we want to invite us on stage to Divyanshi Wadhwa, contest judge and data scientist from the World Bank, to join us here on stage to present the prize to the winning team. So welcome. There she is. Claire, I hand it to you.
Let's share the podium together. So earlier this year, the Global Partnership and the World Bank ran a data visualization storytelling contest. We've seen some amazing visualizations here. If you haven't yet had a chance to go and see the data art, thoroughly recommend that you do so. We wanted it to be about visualizing impact to accelerate change, and the contest focused, of course, on data and the power that it holds to accelerate sustainable development. The World Bank and the Global Partnership have a long partnership. The World Bank was one of the founding organizations of the Global Partnership, and we've had lots of long-running collaborations over the years. And of course, the World Bank is the co-convener of our board, with Senior Managing Director Axel von Trotzenberg taking that role alongside UN Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed. And of course, in September, we collaborated together with other UN agencies as co-leads on the High Impact Initiative on the Power of Data. Like other people, we watch developments in the World Bank with great interest, and we've been really excited to hear new President Ajay Banga with his emphasis on innovation, on partnerships and private sector engagement. And I think this is, shows a huge, there's a lot to work with there, a lot that we share in our outlook on the world and sense of what's important. And of course, part of that is that both the World Bank and the Global Partnership know that visualizing data is a way of unlocking powerful trends and making that data useful to affect change. So that's exactly the lens through which we were looking at the submissions of our data visualization contest. There was, as you would expect from this community, an amazing array of really powerful visualizations, and all of which I think brought home the need that the data itself has value, but it's when you turn that data into stories, into pictures, like the ones that we see outside, that we can really use it to make the change that we want to see. I'd like to thank my fellow judges in this contest, and to turn over now to say a bit more about it, and I think make the ultimate announcement. One of the fellow judges, the World Bank's Divnyashi Wadwa.
Thank you, Claire. I'm privileged to join you here today at this very meaningful milestone of our long-standing partnership between the World Bank and the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data. As a believer and practitioner in data for development, I couldn't agree with you more that data holds the power to fuel progress in sustainable development. This is a critical moment in time where we are woefully off track the SDGs as warned by the UN in July. Last month in Marrakesh, the World Bank launched its new vision and mission, a world free of poverty on a livable planet. Along with it is a new playbook that will help us get there with a sense of urgency. Our hope is to refocus the World Bank to confront development challenges, not just as a funding mechanism, but also as a knowledge mechanism to drive progress across 5 areas: people, prosperity, planet, infrastructure, and digital. Data will not only be crucial for informing knowledge work, but will also be key to measuring our impact. We are committed to continue working closely with our partners to coordinate global action, catalyze change, and multiply impact. That's why we've joined hands with the Global Partnership to organize this data visualization competition. By challenging the development data community to tell a data visualization story of development threats and solutions, we aim to bring out the world's best expertise to show and tell how data can help set policy priorities to advance progress across the SDGs. We received submissions from 34 countries across 6 continents and ideas spanning climate, gender, energy, food security, governance, and debt. After a review among the panel of judges, there were 3 entries to make the top finalists. And now it's finally time to announce the winner. The winner of the contest is From Drought to Floods, the Impact on Labor in the Coastal Zones of Uruguay from East to West by Miguel Ángel Dobric and Gabriel Farias from Uruguay. This project examines the impact of drought, flooding, and other climatic effects on labor in coastal zones from Uruguay, focusing on 3 regions, Balizas, Montevideo, and Ciudad del Plata. It uses geospatial data and open databases to illustrate these examples on the population and ecosystems. Congratulations, Gabriel and Miguel. Please welcome them to the stage.
Congratulations to Miguel Ángel and congratulations to Gabriel Farias on their work and this recognizement. I'm sorry about that. So congratulations, the winning team. Thank you so much. And thank you, World Bank, for this moment. So next we have another announcement. So Claire, I thought you were going down. No, you're here. So now we have to announce where we are going to have a data festival of Festival de Datos 2025. But first we have to talk. We have to call someone to stage, no? Okay.
First we have the World Data Forum.
We have the World Data Forum. I'm so sorry. I missed that. Okay, I'm a bit excited to see where it's going to be Data Festival 2025. Don't worry. So here to share the importance of international dialogue and the opportunities that lie ahead is Piedad Udriñola from Colombia Statistic Agency. And please welcome Piedad.
Muchas gracias, buenas tardes. Primero que nada, y antes de iniciar, quisiera invitarlos a todos.
Before starting, I would like to invite you all for a round of applause to our hosts and organizers in Uruguay and Global Partnership. Have had an important opportunity from day one to listen to their perspectives, to know what they think. All these people without whose leadership we wouldn't be here, such as Diego Escler, and the efforts made by their team, Federico, Lorena, Valentina, Jenna, Fred, Jenny, and in general, all the names for all the communications, emails, phone calls that brought us here. What we have heard in the different sessions of the festival shows that the data community is dynamic, constantly dynamic, trying to confront the different realities we faced and how to precisely and timely reflect the peculiarities of each one of us in an effort to not leave anyone behind. The festival has shown to be a catalyst for the collaboration and action in a world of data, so that this space that has become a platform not just to announce important associations, international associations regarding data, but also to demonstrate genuine commitment and constant commitment to collaboration in the field of statistics and data. During these days, we have seen the importance of data and the values behind them, and we have seen their importance to change lives and generate change. It is also important to understand that our work as a community, that's not stopping this beautiful closing ceremony. So I am pleased to announce that November 12th to 14th next year in Colombia, we shall have the honor of hosting the 5th edition of the UN World Data Forum that will be held in the city of forever springtime, Medellin. So I hope to go on working with you to strengthen and widen this wonderful data community and statistics community that is always striving to acknowledge the new emerging trends, generating common responses to advancing our common agendas, but now leaving behind the candombe rhythms to listen to vallenatos, cumbia, and salsas under the hills of the Borda Valley, being clear and convinced that it is through collaboration and discussion that we may truly unblock the true value of data, going beyond averages, that we can really take measures not to leave anyone behind. Thank you.
Now let us take a moment to appreciate the incredible progress we have made throughout this festival. The boundless potential that lies ahead will undoubtedly continue to revolutionize our surroundings and enhance our collective capacity. So we want to share with you a special video of these 3 days in Punta del Este.
say, at least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. 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 At least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. 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 One thing in my way, you are the one thing in my way. 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 You are the one thing in my way.
Go away. I feel I'm going to cry, you know? It's like so nice to see you all there. So isn't that fantastic? Really nice, no? We're all going to cry now. Come on. So it truly reflects the energy and the spirit of this festival here in Uruguay. Now we have the moment we are all been waiting for, the announcement. But first, we want to invite our national co-host and friends, the authorities of INE, Instituto Nacional de Estadística of Uruguay. Please welcome Diego Boal and Federico Sei on stage. And Claire, I hand this podium to you.
Okay, this is a heavy responsibility. Thank you, Sophia. So let me start by thanking again Diego and Federico. You've been the most amazing colleagues, and I hope I can say friends through this. It's just been an absolutely wonderful experience from start to finish to work with you all. And I hope you're feeling somewhat relieved, but also perhaps a little bit sad now that it's over. Let me, before we pass the baton to the next host, let me invite you to say some words to sum up your experience of hosting this Data Festival.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We are very happy that many of you have made a very long road to be here. Unfortunately, here we are, all of us. And I hope you had a good stay here in Punta del Este. We made our best effort to make it so, together with the team of the Global Partnership, and not just to share sessions with you, sessions we had in this very good convention center, but that you also had a chance to know the more cultural aspect of our country, candombe, tango, and also to show how we can organize a party and have fun in Uruguay with all the things that we saw there. We wish to thank the teams that have worked, the Global Partnership team, Jenny, Freddie, Davis, Luciana, the whole organization. We are truly happy to have worked with you throughout this year, and also thank all the institutions that have been a part of the local organizing committee, AGESI, Cantel, Ceibal, Ministry of Tourism, the Maldonado government, Foreign Office, Migrations, Hilda, Dataui, Diego. Thank you for your support and your trust. And special thanks to the whole INE team, just to name some: Valentina, Nolena, Pedro, Cecilia, Patricia. There are many more behind this, so thank you very much. And a round of applause for all of you.
Now, yes, we have an important moment in our closing ceremony. Congratulations, Diego. Congratulations, Federico. So now we have to announce our new host of DataFest 2025. So I'm going to get the trophy, but first, I believe Claire has like a, oh, you have it there. Okay. So should we start like a countdown, you know, like 5?
Go on then.
Yes? Come on, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drums, please. I'm sorry, that's out of script.
Okay, do you want me to do this, or do you just want to keep it? So I'm very, very delighted and very proud to announce that the hosts of the Data Festival in 2025 is going to be the government of Kenya.
Wow, Kenya! So let me invite Mr. James Muhadi, Mr. Stanley Kamaguya to the stage and follow with Davis Adieno and Jennifer Oldfield from Global Partnership.
going to be an honor to work with you over the next 2 years to bring the Data Festival to Kenya. Let me invite you now to say a few words. Mr. Mahati, over to you.
Thank you very much, Claire and the team. Yeah, please allow me to make my formal remarks. Thank you very much. Distinguished excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and partners who are present here. I'm very delighted to be here, and I wish first to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to the government of Uruguay for the outstanding success in hosting this festival, the Datos, in 2023. The success of this festival in 2023 has set a very high standard and expectation for such future data-related events. Kindly join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you very much. The Data Festival, as many of you are aware, holds a special and vital place in the global data community. It unites partners from around the world to celebrate the boundless potential of data and the indispensable role of data in shaping a sustainable future. Over the past few years, we have witnessed the festival's remarkable power as a forum for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and the establishment of lasting partnership crucial for accelerating progress towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound honor, privilege, and utmost humility that I stand before you on behalf of the government of the Republic of Kenya to accept the responsibility of hosting the Data for Development Festival, dubbed Data Festival, in 2025 in the capital city of Nairobi, Kenya, Africa. Thank you. The government of Kenya recognizes that undertaking this responsibility is not only significant, but also presents the country with a tremendous opportunity to increase investments in application of technology, in production, and also marketing processes in order to reap from the benefits of global digital connectivity, especially for the developing economies. And as you're aware, Kenya has been dedicated, a founding member of the Global Partnership, and our journey with this partnership has been very remarkable. One, from hosting the inaugural National Data Roadmap workshop in August 2016, to actively also participating in flagship initiatives such as the Data for Africa event, the launch of the first regional data cube, the Data for Now initiative during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, and most recently, the Data Dividends initiative as part of the United Nations High Impact Initiatives at the just concluded United Nations General Assembly. Kenya views the Data Festival in 2025 as the culmination of this incredible journey and will serve as a showcase of Kenya's national data ecosystem, emphasizing its maturity, inclusivity, and the paramount importance of multi-stakeholder collaboration in delivering public goods and services through a data-driven decision-making and action. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is renowned as a home of the Silicon Savannah, deeply understands the pivotal role of data-driven decision-making in advancing both our national and international development goals. High-quality development data, as has been discussed here, is the foundation for meaningful policy making, efficient resource allocation, and effective public service delivery. For example, I just want to highlight a bit of our ecosystem.
Kenya has made strides in promoting application of technology in public service delivery, and as we speak today, we have over 20,000 services which have been digitized and availed on a digital platform. Most financial services also in the country have also been digitized. Kenya takes pride in our financial digital platform, dubbed the M-Pesa platform, that has revolutionized the commerce regionally and also globally. The M-Pesa complements the banking subsector and has witnessed raising volume of transactions from equivalent of about Kenya shillings 3.6 trillion in 2017 to about 7.9 trillion. That is like 2 times in 2022, making Kenya one of the world's leading users of mobile money transfers. And in order to accelerate technological growth, the government has prioritized creation of digital superhighway through internet connectivity, digital learning, and also digital application. Ladies and gentlemen, in this regard, I would like to provide a sneak peek of 3 key aspects of what to expect when you travel to Nairobi for Data Festival in 2025. The government of Kenya, through our multi-stakeholder steering group, is committed to streamlining immigration services for all festival participants. Nairobi, our chosen venue, boasts a unique distinction. It is the only city in the world with a national park. We are thrilled to offer all delegates the opportunity to explore Kenya's breathtaking national park and its diverse wildlife through an unforgettable safari experience. We will provide environmentally friendly electronic buses for transportation, ensuring a seamless and memorable adventure. Additionally, we are honored that the Nairobi City County government will host a reception to celebrate each one of you and the incredible power of data as well. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development, data, in particular Claire, and the selection committee for entrusting the government of Kenya with this significant event, making a historic milestone as the first ever data festival to be held on the African continent. While Kenya will serve as the host country, the country commits to collaborate closely with other nations in the partnership to ensure that the event becomes a global platform and forum that will represent the unique realities of African countries within the context of the data revolution. And on behalf of the government of Kenya, I want to reiterate our sincere appreciation to Uruguay for their dedication in setting this remarkable precedent on how to host a data festival. We look forward to consulting with our Uruguayan counterparts, gaining valuable insights as well, and also building upon their success going forward. Thank you all, and we look forward to receiving you in Nairobi, Kenya in 2025 for the Data Festival. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thanks, everyone. We now invite the Kenya delegates to go back to their seats so we can start closing our ceremony. As we come to an end of this memorable journey, let us express our deepest gratitude to all the participants, speakers, organizers who have made this Festival de Datos, this data festival, an extraordinary success. So please enjoy these hours you have left in Punta del Este. Thank you for coming to our country. Enjoy the great seafood we have, and we hope you come back soon.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you, everybody. So we are set fair now for 2025. I think we are all ready, but of course there remains the very happy task of celebrating all of those who put this festival together. It has been, as you can imagine, an enormous effort First of all, of course, festivals run on goodwill, they run on energy, they also run on money. I want to thank everybody who contributed, our wonderful funders, too many to list out here, but there is a list on our website who contributed in so many ways, large and small, to all of the costs of the festival. Of course, many of you have also contributed the costs of your own travel, your own accommodation, so you were also all sponsors of the festival. So I thank everybody who has invested resources and entrusted us with those resources to create the production that we have been enjoying here today. A festival is a team effort, of course, but there are always some people who lead that team and whose contribution is the glue that holds everybody else together. You may have seen them rushing past in a blur the last few days. If you've had anything to do with organizing the festival, you've certainly been on a call with them. And without them, we would absolutely not have been here today. I can't really express in words my gratitude, but Jenny, Luciana, please come to the stage and let us at least thank you for what you've done. Thank you. You have to stay there so we can celebrate you while we also invite, please, those incredibly hard-working teams from the Global Partnership and from INE, everybody involved up to the stage so that we can thank you all. I know there are more people in the room that need to be on the stage. Come. I'm going to steal the mic from you.
Okay, while this fantastic team comes to the stage, we cannot close this event without thanking our leader, Claire, without whose vision, enthusiasm, and energy, none of this would be possible. Claire is an incredible, incredible CEO, but she's also an incredible person. She supports all her people and all her partners. And we wouldn't be here today without her incredible leadership and inspiration. So please join me in giving Claire a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Okay, now you've completely thrown me off all of my, but thank you all. I couldn't ask for a better team to lead, that's all I can say really. So we have many, we're not done yet, you might want to shake your hands out a bit because we've got a lot more clapping to go. So next, and we've already heard from Federico the important role that they played, but I want to invite on stage all the members of the National Task Team who are in the room. Please, come. And while you are coming, I also want to thank, please, I also want to thank anyone in the room who was a member of the program committee or the steering committee. You've all sat through many calls. You've helped us to shape this program. It's thanks to you that we had all of the amazing sessions that we have enjoyed here today, that we put together the art, that we put together the party last night. So we thank you all, please. I know there are people in the room from the program and steering committee who are not here. who are not yet on stage, but we thank you all. I also want to thank, I don't think there's anybody in this room who hasn't received some kind of help, some sort of assistance or information from some of these wonderful people who have been walking around us with the Festival de Datos t-shirts. So let me thank all of the colleagues from Grupo Ellis and everyone who's helped us. And finally, of course, we talk a lot about interoperability in the world of data, but there is a critical interoperability that we have all benefited from today, which is the interoperability of language provided by our incredibly hardworking translators who've been with us throughout. So here you have it. This is just a small part of the team that helped to put this amazing festival together. I wish you a bon voyage. I wish you good journeys. I hope that you managed to enjoy the afternoon in Punta del Este, and I look forward to seeing you in Nairobi in 2025. Thank you all.